leading students' efficiency in post-pandemic classroom. Of course, we will first let me introduce myself. My name is Maureen Ahmed, and I'm an English HRE in Queen International School, American Division. I have experience in teaching, so I practiced teaching before and after the pandemic. Of course, all of us know what happened with the COVID-19 and teaching before and teaching after, and what situation in both. First of all, let's have you with me. Which of the following factors has been affected the most by the pandemic? Which of them are affected more? What are the post-pandemic challenges? Supposed to have the QR code here. Okay. No. No problem. Here I was preparing for online interaction with the attendees, but the QR code is not working here, maybe for the security of the devices. So, what are the factors that have been affected in the students affected most after the pandemic? Is it the students' interaction, or the students' feelings, or the psychological of the students? What is the thing that affected the most after the pandemic? Okay, here we have 3 points which are affected the most after the pandemic, since absenteeism and disengagement. What do you think is this item? What does it relate to? What item is it related to? And the lack of genuine activity, the lack of genuine and active learning with the students' learning loss. The first is an emotional factor. The emotional factor of the students themselves. They have been affected, and most of them didn't join their schools, didn't like their classroom, were not involved inside the classroom. Most of them go to the classroom and they feel bored. So this is the first challenge, and this is an emotional factor. Second factor, which is cognitive one, the lack of genuine or active learning. And I think, or I see that this factor is based on the teacher themselves. They don't design their lessons or their classes in the active learning strategies, or using the active learning strategies. Mixing these 2 factors makes the third factor, which is the students' learning loss. How can we solve these problems or face these challenges? Here, I would like you to have a minute, read these 2 quotes, and suggest the solutions. What are the solutions for the challenges? Or how can we overcome these challenges? Focusing on what? How can we change in our classrooms to make the students involved, make the students like going to school, make the students participate in our sessions? Motivate them. How can we motivate them?
We can make them love to be back to school.
Yes.
So we have to find the link between them and classes inside the school, and some ways to make them more engaged inside the classrooms.
That's great. That's great aspect. So motivating the students, and this is not something academic, something psychological, okay, or something to the students themselves. We all know Bloom taxonomy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we all work on it. But don't you think that there's something more important than Bloom or applying Bloom or thinking of Bloom, I see that, or it has been researched that we have Maslow before Bloom. What's Maslow? Did you hear about him before? You know Bloom. I know that I will not talk about Bloom because many persons or many presentations were about Bloom, and they know that we are fed up with Bloom. But what about Maslow? Yes, Maslow hierarchy. Maslow focuses on the student's psychology. This is the Maslow need hierarchy. It starts with psychological needs. It is before Bloom. Before we achieve anything in Bloom, we have to make the students psychologically fixed. So the psychological needs, safety and security, belongingness, self-esteem, and self-actualization. We have to achieve Maslow hierarchy and Maslow before we think of Bloom. How can we achieve them? Let's ask some questions here. For the psychological needs, are the students' basic needs met? The basic needs, before we think of learning, before we think of the academic part, are the basic needs met or not? Do the students feel safe and secure? This is the security and safety. Do them feel safe and secure or not? Okay? Then, do the students feel sense of belonging and learning environment in any learning environment, in the school, in the classroom, or learning environment? Do they feel that they belong to this place or not? Of course, I agree with the motivation, but how can we improve this, or how can we hire this motivation? By applying this. Do the students have the confidence to face the challenges or not? And last but not least, how the students can meet their full potential. This is the Maslow need hierarchy. After that comes Bloom. So, what we think after the pandemic now is Maslow before Bloom. Bloom has the importance, of course, and we have to think of him, of course, and we know it, we apply it. But we have to think before Bloom. For the students' psychology, for the students' needs, for the students' love, for the students' belonging to the schools, to the classrooms, to the learning environment.